Hello everybody, and hi you, individual, beautiful person, and sweet, unique soul, as always, unique person and soul. So in this video I just want to share quickly, do I have any regrets in life? Like, do I feel sad or bad about anything that happened in the past? And the answer is probably no. Like, I don't, and I wouldn't change anything either. Like, I've had some big losses, things that at the time felt like catastrophes, or like terrible events, or things that sort of smashed me and totally changed my life. And I just remember mentioning within the last week to my partner, or maybe it wasn't my friend or my partner, I think it was my partner. And I was just saying something like, I just think to myself, anyway, at least, if I could change anything, like, I wouldn't want for it not to happen, because it changed the course of my life for the better. If anything, I'd be thinking, like, I'd rather have it happen earlier. Because it happened to me when I was 20, where my ego and my body got smashed, and my whole life changed and started to take a totally different direction. And it was a few years of deep suffering, mental, emotional, physical. Like, it was not fun at all. It was horribly unpleasant. But ultimately, change does happen in our discomfort zone. Expansion happens when we are uncomfortable, and we can either choose to make ourselves uncomfortable, which is like what cold showers do with the Wim Hof method, or cold exposure, ice baths. That's what I do, the whole like cold shower, or maybe even the sea, cold exposure every single day now, almost every single day, because some days I'm just too busy and I come home and it's late and we're all going to bed. But nearly every single day I have a cold shower and get in the sea. I get in the sea a little bit occasionally, here and there, but the cold shower is a staple. But the thing is, I've never really generally made myself uncomfortable, like, to that level. But when we're forced through life and we're attached and it's a part of our identity, and we lose something, be it a job, our money, our body, our health, our stature, our power, our physique. I lost all of that, I lost all my money, I lost all my health. I went from like what felt like 99 to 1%. It was horrible. But anyway, it was great. I don't want to act to sound like it was a bad thing. It was a good thing. Like the poet Rumi, or maybe Hafiz, says, the light enters through the crack. And there's also a book that I haven't read called Cracked Open. That's all I want to say, my friends. What I invite you to do, and what I suggest me or you to do as we grow spiritually, is to look back and sort of redefine or put a different meaning to the events that happened today, yesterday, or anywhere in our past, in our life, So when we mold and we sculpt in our mind, in our head, in our psyche, what's happened in our life and why it's happened, we can not only make peace, but just sort of make sense, and even appreciate and be happy, pretty much be happy for what happened in the past. Like, I learned through losing my money, I learned to appreciate 20 euros. I used to take out 600 euros from the machine every single time. I didn't think much of it, and I wondered why are people taking like 20 quid, and I'm like, that's weird. But then I was like one of those people, like, oh, I don't have any money and I'm in debt. Oh, now I get it, and now I appreciate when we earn our money, we make money, we get money, we work for it, we work hard, that sort of stuff. It's a lesson. And when I lost my health, like, oh my goodness, I appreciated any speck of health I had, because I was under sort of torturous physical and life conditions to me, and mental and emotional torture or anguish as well. So after a few years of intense suffering, I woke up out of the nightmare, and I woke up. Yeah, that's what happened. So do I regret it or feel bad about it? Absolutely no. I love it. And if anything, I'd want it to maybe even happen sooner, so I could wake up and lead a prosperous life sooner. Like somebody else says, an unawakened life is not worth living. But I don't agree with that. It's well worth living. But it's just a million times nicer when you wake up from the shackles of the programming of the matrix that we were born into, where we've been deliberately programmed and conditioned by the old world order, Cabal, Illuminati, Freemasons, whatever you want to call them. Satanic, ritualistic, kind of somewhat psychopathic, sociopathic, corrupt, rich people who basically behind this system, So to wake up and to unplug from the matrix from in our mind is the biggest event of your life. But it doesn't necessarily happen fully, completely, but there is usually a time. There was a time for me, my whole life was like totally transformed and changed in the space of a day or two, and it kept powering up and deepening in the next few weeks and even longer. And it was really just the beginning, not the end. And then you learn wisdom, you experience more life, you gain more experience and knowledge and wisdom. That's what I did. So yeah, am I guilty? Do I shame myself for making mistakes? No, because we all make mistakes and we all do the best we can, and we can only do our best, and so can others. So I want to let go of, I invite you to let go of any judgment or shame or guilt or judgment or resentment towards others or yourself. Forgive and let go and let love in instead. We can choose what we want to do. Choose love, compassion and forgiveness and kindness. Like they say, kindness is the language of angels, and kindness is spirituality in action. It really is. I love that. All the other tips, tricks like meditation and breathing and colours and clothes and nature and everything else is just to get you to feeling in your heart space love and to being able to be kind, to be inspired to be kind. All the rest of it is just the journey, the helper, but the essence is kindness. The essence is kindness coming from your heart and coming from your inspiration. So if you don't feel inspired or ready or able to be kind, you still got some work to do, and that's the path. So being kind can look at itself as not ignoring people anymore, not giving people the cold treatment, not being passive aggressive or distant, not being shut off or distant or like unfriendly to others, not being sort of mean or aggressive or like tension and agitation towards others. And wisdom and knowledge and love in my life will show itself as more things like peace, peaceful thoughts, feelings and ideas towards people, even if you're doing stuff you don't really like too much. And because spirituality is tested when things happen when we die we don't like or want or prefer, and when it's all going good we're not tested spiritually. That's not where growth happens. Growth happens when we're uncomfortable, like I said in the last live video today. So yeah, how a lot of inner work shows itself in my life when things are happening or people are behaving in a way that I don't like or doing things that I don't like or want or prefer is the results will be like, could be a variety of things like, you know, non-resistance, acceptance, unconditional love, the feeling eventually of feeling more and more peace towards them, you know, as much peace as I can. I'm able to, you know, I'm not perfect and I'm not a master, if you know what I'm saying. I don't think anyone really is, probably. I'm not really sure. Maybe there is, but that's okay, I don't mind. Inner peace, love, harmony, balance. It shows itself as inner peace and harmony the most, coupled with compassion and kindness. Yeah, inner peace and harmony, inner peace, the feeling and emotion of that and the thoughts that go along with feeling inner peace and inner harmony, and it goes along with the behaviors of kindness, yeah, and the feeling of compassion. So overall it's not a hard, tense, shallow breathing, pinty experience of fight or flight and behavior. It's a more relaxed, calm, peaceful, harmonious feeling and energy and emotional state, where we're more likely to act in a softer, smoother, peacefuler way, and soft, where there isn't fighting or colliding or loggerheads. People can fight, collision. That doesn't happen. So that's how it showed itself in my life, and I hope that helps, because we all need like examples, and like I hope to be, and I intend to be, I wish and intend to be a very, very positive role model as much as I can towards anyone and everybody. So I'm working on it. That's the path where I am, and the path that I am on and have chosen. So I hope this helps you in your journey of spiritual growth, evolution of your consciousness, because that's what it is. Yeah, guilt, shame, judgment, relationships, peace, custom harmony experience. So I'm going to go now. So let's have a deep breath together. Ready? And give this video a share, please. Help others. Let's take a few more. So before I go, the last tip: if you ever have a challenge with people, I highly suggest and invite you to use your intuition, and potentially what I recommend is stop or slow down the talking. Talk way less. Become aware of your shallow breathing and switch it to deeper, slower breathing. Talk less, be quieter, and breathe deeper. So quit or stop or try and minimize the reaction, the automatic quick reaction that's shallow breath and adrenaline based, fear based, conditioning based. Slow it down, stop it, take a break, pause, slow down, breathe deeply. Yeah, that will help you enormously. So the longest distance to travel, the longest journey is from the head to the heart, the ego to love. And we can only behave and think as deep as we breathe. If we breathe deeply, we can have deep thoughts and a deep life and deep relationships. And if we breathe shallow, we'll have shallow thoughts and shallow responses that are fast. I'm here now. I'm going to meet my friend in nature. Loads of love to you, my friends. Wish you truly the best from the bottom and the top of my heart. Have a gorgeous day. See you around. Have a gorgeous day and a lovely evening and a wonderful life. Make sure you friend me on social media. Send me a message if you befriend me. Personal message, say hi, introduce yourself, etc. if you feel like it. And give the video a share if you feel like it. Thanks. Lots of love.